It's hard, man. Shout out to Southside Ralph.
What's going on, though?
What's going on, people? It's another episode of What's on My Brain. I'm your host, AC Slater.
It's your boy, comedian Wats.
We got two special guests here, man.
What was the song we were singing in the beginning? I think it was the intro. We got to bring them out. We say yes. All you gotta do is.
Okay, we gotta get the rhythm right a little bit though.
And then they say other words.
I don't know the rest of the.
Okay.
I don't know the rest of the song. Can somebody help me out?
Clearly.
No.
Don't deny what you feel. Let me undress you, babe. Open up your mind and just rest.
We got Flow Tree in the building.
Let you know you make me so. You.
We got Flow Tree in the building, motherfuckers. So now what's up? What's up?
Yes,
We got the Black Canada Queens in the building, man. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves individually.
Okay.
Let me spark this joint.
Our words gonna be slurry, especially mine. But how we doing? What's going on?
Here we are.
Oh shit! Hold on. I got you. I got you. Hold on.
But yeah, we back.
What's good?
All right.
I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself individually, and also if you want to shout out your social medias or anything that you want them to, check up on you with, go ahead. Because I'm gonna put the links in the description. Like I always say, to where you can find these lovely ladies at the Black Canada
These Black Queens.
Yes,
Canna
thank
Queens.
you.
The Canna Queens.
Canna Queens. I'm sorry.
So everything we do represents Black Cannabis. You can find Black Cannabis on Instagram at _Blackcannabis, on Facebook and everything else at BlackCanna420. But my name is Taylor. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for having us.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Instagram at transcendent_Tay, TRANCENDENT_Tay.
Thank you, because I
Right. Peace. I am your Black Canna Queen, Cara. And as Taylor said, we are part of the Black Cannabis. She told you how to reach us. If you want to follow me, I am she_heels on Instagram. I'm an artist. We host events. I MC. I write. I make jewelry. I am the maker of our gorgeous nose cuffs that we are rocking today. All kind of shit. So, definitely check us out. Fuck with us. Yeah. Definitely happy to be here.
Ladies, a pleasure having you guys here today.
Thank you.
So how long have you ladies been in the cannabis business? Or should I say?
Well, like I said, like I like to say, cannabis is a lifestyle. So,
Okay.
for sure. But I mean, in the capacity in which we're doing for a few years now, as Black Cannabis, for like 4 or 5 years now, and we were really a team prior to that. Like cannabis kind of brought us all together, which is how we kind of met, and we all agreed like, yo, this should be our life. Like it shouldn't just be like. It wasn't just recreational, like it was kind of deeper, and we definitely really believe in like taking a lot of the stigma stuff off. Like it's crazy that drinking is more socially acceptable than smoking, and that we have to be uncomfortable in these events and we can't smoke and stuff. And so that's where a big thing comes from our events is we want to have things that people can smoke and be comfortable, because that keep a lot of smokers in the house. And be safe. How many people
Because we're usually not the violent ones.
Yes.
Never.
We chilling.
You can ask him. I just recently started going back out to events with him because I don't drink. I did.
Exactly. Smokers stay in the house. They can't smoke.
I don't drink on the regular, like on the regular Thursday,
social,
Friday.
right?
A little social drink,
I want to be social. Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm smoking.
Period.
What they say, I'm getting. I wear a fanny pack, with the logos.
Okay.
And my weed is always in there.
Yeah.
Correct.
And you gonna go outside and smoke anyway, and we tired of going outside. Like,
we
want to be comfortable. It's cold. We want to be comfortable. Come on, ain't nothing like smoking. Exactly. Yeah.
As an alcoholic, I I'd rather take
Lord.
drinking over smoking. I like to smoke. Don't get it twisted. I like to be in the house, smoke, watch a movie, laugh and shit like that. But this, like, being outside and just smoking like that, I get a little paranoid. You know what I mean? I start
It's not
getting in my thoughts. You know what I mean?
I always say that.
It's not.
Know your.
And I always think.
Let our lipstick be on your.
Okay.
And I always think it's cool as hell to see somebody just smoke outside freely, have a conversation, drive to the mall and back, and like, yo, what the fuck? We just smoked like 7 blunts. This motherfucker.
Do you
is
think a lot of your
normal.
paranoia is associated with the stigma of not being able to supposed to smoke in these environments? Do you think if that was taken away,
Maybe, or
be more
maybe it's just
comfortable?
PTSD.
We
Okay.
our neighborhood
I don't
where
know.
we're from, and he hit it 3 times. The next thing I know, he's going home.
Yeah, no, it is a thing.
That's a real thing.
Well, that's a real
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
play this off like it's a joke. I think all black people have PTSD.
Oh, yeah, of course.
In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But some people, it's not meant for some people. Like I know,
Yeah, I
if
learned
you
the hard
know me,
way.
First off, I'm
Yeah.
queen of peer pressure.
Yeah, I used to think it was for everybody. I
It's
did.
for-
I learned the hard way.
It is for everyone, but not in the same
See?
application.
Yes,
not in the
Right.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
You might need to do an edible.
Edible,
Drink.
CBD,
Yeah, that's my
you
thing.
know?
Like the plant, it's all encompassing. We're not only here just to be like potheads.
Definitely.
Like, yes, that is a part of our
You know.
If you ask me,
we won't, yeah.
but we want the
smoking
medicinal
weed
use.
is the best part of it. Edibles
It's my
is cool.
favorite
Vapes
way
is
to.
Edible is not cool at all.
Daddies can get
It's
crazy.
too early in. It's too early in.
Daddies.
Not for that.
Daddy-o.
There is clearly some sort of a inside story that we gotta. There's.
We're gonna get to that.
We gonna have to get to that.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, I mean, my weekend was shot this weekend because I did edible.
Hold on. Sis, we're gonna get back to that.
Oh, okay, all right.
No. We're gonna talk about what you're talking about. We should all go around and share a funny story that we have involving marijuana in some type of way. Edible, vape, drink, or just smoking. 'Cause I have a funny story. I told him off camera. I'm gonna tell you guys. I probably told it before. I can't remember. And he has a story now. So go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so this weekend, right, this Saturday, I try to do a little edible with my girl, right? So I went to the smoke shop, got a little 50 milligrams. So we did the first one. We cut it
This is Delta 8.
Delta 8. So it was like, so I mean, I took a little half. She took a half. So I'm chilling back. I'm looking like, all right, I really don't feel it. You know what I mean? So I went to go take the other half. We chilling, watching the movie, blah, blah, blah. She's like, what the other half at? So I give her the other half. She takes it. Now, I mean, the night goes on.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to the bathroom, comes back. She's freaking the fuck out. Why do I feel like this? I'm like, yo, calm down. You're high. Calm the fuck down.
Right,
She's keep fucking freaking out, right? So I'm high as fuck. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I called it. So I called the ambulance.
True story.
I swear to God, this weekend I had to call
Call the ambulance.
the ambulance because she was having like a panic attack or some shit.
my
She didn't know how to calm the fuck down.
Put Chinese girls in these because he just told us a very
I'm gonna
similar
tell the story
story.
again for the camera.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, just calm down. Now the EMT's in there, right? The whole time. So now I'm standing there thinking like, these guys.
High as hell.
I'm high as hell.
Both of them.
One was high. This baby oiled by the chair.
They were getting ready.
So they're looking around. I'm high. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, these guys probably think I'm some edible bandit. That I try to get girls high off
The edible booty bandit.
You know what I mean? The edible bandit. So I'm looking like, yo, oh my God, I'm going to jail. You know what I mean? So she's like, yo, show them where is that? Show them the evidence.
What? Oh, wait. No.
I'm high as shit, right?
Hold on, let me tell you how high he was. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
How high
This
was
nigga's
he?
so high. She like show him the container so they know what I was
What
off.
I took.
Yeah.
He takes it out the garbage. Washes it off. He washed the container off out of the garbage and
It
handed
had
it
some
to him.
stuff on it, so I washed it.
I understand that.
Well,
No, I understand.
okay.
Going in the
This is
garbage.
garbage.
Fuck
What?
that.
But no, they probably needed to know.
It's Delta 8. It's
I don't-
legal.
And then it
No, I
says,
think they just need to know
stores.
medically, like what's in the system.
You tell him.
yeah.
She took some legal.
No, but
back.
I heard about that Delta 8 being pretty much like the real deal. Like, yeah,
They had edibles, but the weed look weird. And I'm not.
They sell, I guess, some sort of like pre-rolls or something in the gas stations now.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, Delta,
Wow.
and they said they
So-
tested it, and they said it's
Delta
pretty close to weed.
Closer to CBD than it is with like THC, but they keep saying that like under the guidelines, like it actually has more THC.
Yes,
than
they just
legally have to put.
Yes, they're just
Okay.
sliding it in there for it's
So
for
they-
branding so they
they
can get it in the
sell it in
stores. Yeah.
lower stores, but it depends on the branding and everything because some of these companies are
Cause ain't no way,
selling THC.
ain't no way that was
Yeah.
just no Delta, and she over here gotta go to the ambulance.
Yeah, she was freaking out. My Saturday was horrible, man.
It could have been.
I'm never doing edible with you again, never.
Oh
Well,
my
first
God.
off, you knew you were wrong when you said I took half of it. Off rip, your response is, I'm not feeling nothing. That's the fuck up part.
That's
Yeah,
when you
gotta
know.
wait, right?
Yes.
It's gonna
And that's
knock her
it's
socks off.
absolutely.
No,
You
when
say
you
that,
say
like-
I don't feel
And we was also sipping wine.
People when they take edibles is that they don't give it time to work.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not a quick thing. You do sometimes it could take 20
Because
to
you're
40
right, your body had to
minutes.
digest it, right? It's because you ate it. So yeah.
Yeah.
and then your body
Has to
digest it, yeah.
Then you gotta feel high.
Your bloodstream, yeah.
Like right.
And
so
then
it's not
when
like
you-
smoking a blunt, so it goes straight to your.
Yes.
Goes straight to your
And
blood.
then what do people do? They go in from home to eat more.
Eat more.
Honey,
Damn,
I have a
next
few
thing you
edible
know, you
stories,
don't know
yeah.
what-
We this
You
week.
don't know your
So that was my crazy ass Saturday, man.
I'm gonna end it with mine. So you guys, one of y'all got to tell us.
If you
Well, we
do,
gonna
if you
start
don't.
with the birthday. Gotta start with the birthday story. So.
Okay.
And this is I'm ashamed because I like to think that I know how to dose people correctly. I just totally missed the mark on this one because we are real smokers, and so I forget that when we get around other people, their tolerance is not the same as ours. And it was a friend of ours' birthday. And we want to turn up. They want to get high. They was like, they're like, oh, they want to get high as her and her cousin. So we going to eat. So we supposed to be going to eat, but where we're going is like it's like about the city
It
or
was
something.
I want to say it was in like
It was like an hour away wherever we was going.
Yeah.
Okay, so
to the city.
so we spoke a little bit. So we had so sometimes we be getting different shit. So sometimes we be having these candy bars, bro, and they be super fucking strong, and they could be like different, like it'll be like crunch
They're like
bars
the
or
Wonka bars.
the
That's what
Wonka
they're
bars.
called.
That's what they are. So we got the candy bars, and so I give her a piece. We all start eating it in the car.
First off, we only usually eat like one piece at a time.
Like a little
Yeah.
piece or something.
Yeah.
It's like a regular chocolate bar, so it might be like cut up into
Little
nine
squares.
right?
Yeah.
Her and I we'll eat one piece, maybe like if we feel
Like a
feel
little
we'll
bit,
do
so I see a
another
little half.
Okay.
But that's it.
That's it.
Them
We
shits is
took
very strong.
our one, and we
I think I gave her a good size piece, okay? But the thing about it is we did not know what was going on until it was far too late. So she was able to make it there because she was driving and we got there.
glued into that road.
She was glued to the work. But towards the end of the trip, when we were almost there, things began to get a little bit shaky. And we like, all right, what's going on? So we get out the car, we get to the restaurant, and then both of her and her cousin, when I say fried, I mean, you would have thought that we slipped these girls something in their drink, a Mickey or some shit. Like, we in the restaurant, the one can't even speak. So she's just sitting there in silence,
Not even live, just
stuck like a stone. And now we in a restaurant.
That's how that shit gets you. You
the
can't
other
talk
one
right.
is literally nodding off and looking like we literally doped her. And the waitress is looking crazy. I had to order quickly to go and get us the hell out of there because it was so crazy they could not drive home.
asleep in the booth.
Falling asleep in the booth. We had to put them in the back seat, and Taylor had to drive home, and we had to put them in the back seat and get them home. And it was crazy, and I couldn't believe it. I felt so bad because I was like, wow, I never seen such adverse reactions to edibles in my life.
Yeah,
It was
that
crazy.
Plans. Like when I told you she had plans,
Yeah,
like,
they were supposed to party in the city all night and
They wanted to
everything.
go to the city, like we were already close.
We
to
shut
the
that
city.
night down with a chocolate bar.
Not even the whole thing.
Just a piece. Just a piece.
Just a piece.
What's your crazy ass story?
Well,
Or just a story?
my first baby mom, right? Our first time chilling. She, I'm a smoker. Everybody know that. Everybody know I'm a stoner. So if you gonna chill with me, 9 times out of 10, we gonna smoke. That was already in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I get her, pick her up. We smoking. We in my house smoking. Literally like halfway down the joint, she same thing with your girl. I can't breathe. Da, da, da. I told y'all the compressed story earlier. When she starts doing that, I'm like, yo, you okay? Like, I'm laughing. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, see, you was talking all that shit. You out here smoking that boogaloo, and you can't handle some good weed. I'm like, just step outside, see if you get some air. She steps outside, still can't breathe. We go from that to me driving her around, her with her head out the car. Like a dog trying to catch air. We end up at Wendy's because I'm like, yo, did you eat?
Right.
You need a 4 for $4. Maybe that'll help.
The 4 for 4.
She took a couple bites of the sandwich. Yo, she was just moving like a crackhead. Just couldn't sit still. Please, can you just take me home? Like, I'm so embarrassed. This is my first time chilling. And I ended up just dropping her off home. And when I say that was the longest laugh that I did on that ride home, I wasn't even that mad.
Yeah.
It made me feel good that my weed was good enough to do that.
See.
Nah, that shit was crazy.
That's a little. Now that's concerning, sir. It's a bit concerning.
Yeah, off weed?
Yeah.
You sure it was weed? Or did you sprinkle some dust?
What kind of dust?
Sprinkle.
I don't do no type of dust.
That sugar booger.
Nose candy.
That kind of dust, nigga. Nah, but no, I forgot when I was driving to the hospital. That's when it really. That's when I really was fucking like I'm high.
So
shit
you're
now.
driving behind the ambulance.
It's still.
No, they're all the way up. They're all the way up there. I'm doing like 40 with her. They won't let me on. I'm like, yo, I'm looking at the side. Like, yo, I just want to see if she good.
They're like, sir, you washed the dish. You can't come.
I'm trying to look inside the ambulance. I'm trying to look inside the.
The question was,
It's not going into evidence, nigga. This ain't no crime.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look inside the ambulance, right? So you gonna try to block it over here with God and dropping her off now.
Let me say. I want to say this. I want to say this. Public service announcement. Motherfucker, look at me in my eyes right here. Zoom in, AC. I'm talking to myself. Zoom in.
Okay.
To my Zoom in, AC.
Weed is legal. Understand that.
I know.
Acting like weed is something to get locked up for.
We gotta get used to it. Give us like 5.
Yeah, you know they're acclimated, but that's okay.
They're not playing. Give us another year.
Acting weird. When a cop, if a cop, number one, I don't do stuff for police to be rolling up on me anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe the area I'm hanging in, but you roll up on me enough, you know you're gonna know nothing going on.
Just
I
give
hang
us
my ID. I got ID on me. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go. So I don't have really too much cop problems. I never really did. But search me. Yes, sir. I don't have anything illegal on me.
But it's new to black people. We can't be mad at that.
This is years of programming that has to be on.
We gotta get used to it.
Substance. I was on probation for 10 years of my life. I never stopped smoking weed. I told my probation officer in the face, violate me because I will never stop. I need it mentally.
See, and
I've been in a drug program.
So you would never stop.
No.
You would smoke till you were 70. Yeah.
Well, I always say I'm gonna be a grandma rolling up, and that's
in the drug program. Shutting up the counselors. Because you got me in here like I'm selling you can't use drugs. Drugs are selling on TV. Bitch, I want to get high and watch that TV.
Correct.
Yeah. Why would I sell it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not smoking crack.
They used to
smoking weed.
It's different. They don't understand.
Yeah.
They used to put me out after.
They do understand. It's us that don't understand. They've known that they want to act like, Dare and all that stuff. Like, it's the gateway drug. Well, they already said that like a long time ago that they stopped doing that in like the school curriculum because they know it's a lie.
Yeah.
But it's not. Dare ain't just for weed.
When you're also prescribing it
for a lot.
Absolutely. Don't even get us started into the medical, portion of this.
It's been medically legal.
Well, I can see why they would say the gateway drug because people start using other drugs to be like, yo, it's just like smoking, just like getting high.
I know. They do.
I was just.
Most people.
All right, say this. All right. No. Say this, right? Say this. Say you never did ecstasy. Say you never did ecstasy, and some of your friends are trying to make you do it. But yo, they're gonna be like, yo, it's just like smoking weed. They can like.
No, they can't. That's not. That's
not. But they're trying to get.
They're not. But they would never compare that. Nobody would ever use smoking weed to get you to take it E. Like nobody would ever use weed smoking to get you to take it.
We're not gonna sit in the car and smoke a blunt.
They gonna
I take that back. I'm wrong.
They gonna be like, you ever popped the Addy? They gonna be, you ever had an Adderall or something? They gonna. Weed is totally different than all that shit.
People with addictive personalities are always going to choose the next high if you have an addictive personality.
But that's the personality.
But that is a personality.
It's not the flower.
Marijuana that's like, oh, that sounds so good. Like, let's
go do more. Let me get some.
Never. You're right.
I'm wrong about that, wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. A lot of people are wrong.
Liquor the damn gateway.
The further that we move along as a people, you start seeing the bullshit they was feeding us back in the day.
How many people do you know that every time they drink, they say, "Oh, like I don't even smoke, but I can smoke a cigarette right now."
For real,
I can smoke a black right now. Like
that's the gateway.
People trying things that they don't even be doing.
You drunk in the club and you taking a pill from somebody. You taking some.
You see a chick.
You drunk doing that.
You guy.
Yeah.
You in the club. You see a badass bitch. She say, "You want to leave with me? You got to take one of these."
Look.
No hesitation.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't made no.
No, just give me the pill number. I'll look it up.
Let me see this.
She let you pop it.
One moment, ma'am. Let me just.
We look at this. We look at this 1196 real quick.
Gave you AIDS.
Let me just give me HIV medicine. Just give me HIV medicine. What the fuck's going on, bitch? Trying to tell me something?
It's crazy.
This says the cure HIV. Fuck you, give me this pill. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck it, let me get high. Fuck it. Everybody smoking. So I smoke. Yo, why your partner ain't talking no more?
But y'all do events too. You wanna?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yes. So our events. Usually it's every other Thursday. Mm-hmm. For the month of December, we're super excited. We are doing it every week this month. We have 5 weeks of the month or so.
Thursday.
We have live music, vendors, food, drinks.
Everything's 420 friendly. It's really lit. Like we said, you can come, you eat. It's free entry. We do free gifts for everybody that comes before 8. It's 7 to 11 p.m. We book artists, local artists from all different parts of surrounding areas come out. Like I said, we have a band. There's live music, and you can chill and you can smoke and you can be around other smokers. You be around other artists, or even if you just enjoy vibing with people. We're really big on that. We're really big on networking and creating a really strong network here locally, because this is a great artistic hub where we live in. Like, there's hella talented people.
There's a lot of talented people.
So many talented people, and if we could create a cohesive network that we can all use to our benefit, we can use each other, our resources. We can create a really, really dope
thing that
can push us all to the next level. Like, and I'm telling you, this could be a place. I feel like this could be a place where people come to discover the next best thing. Like, we have we set culture, like we set trends and shit around in art in all forms, from comedy to music to production, like everything. Like, I know somebody who do everything here.
We're the culture.
One person that do everything.
We are the culture.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, like, we're surrounded by everything. Like, we're real close.
We're
to
everything.
We're real close to New York.
That's what I'm saying. This is a hub.
Like right here.
Like, you get everything.
Like, people don't know we used to be
like
the capital of the United States. And that's for a reason. Yeah, Trenton used to be the capital of the United States way back when.
Wow.
So yeah, we just through.
Listen, you're right. We are in the middle of
everything.
All those
centrally
everywhere.
Everything. Over here, we're right on like the Delaware River.
Delaware, 3 hours from DC.
Export place. Like, that's why Trenton makes the world takes, because we were making everything that was going out and being transported to everywhere else.
If you look around, it's like it was a lot of factories that that got broke down and stuff. Yeah,
absolutely. So through our events, we really want to promote that kind of network build and that kind of community where, like I said, like for example, through COVID, it was crazy when we were able to do these events, because we really were a place for artists to have an outlet, no matter where you are in your artistry, whether you feel like you're really good or whether you feel like you're an amateur, you just started, this is a safe space and it's a place for you. We got so many good people. Then COVID happened and we couldn't do it, and it was like crazy. Like, I mean, people were depressed. Like, I was depressed, like not having that outlet, and just to have it back again, and we back and strong. And it was important. That rocked all artists' worlds when we couldn't perform, and there was no stages for us. Like that, it was crazy. You know what I mean? So I was just we were all really adamant about making sure that we have a stage for an artist, so that no matter what you got to show, you got somewhere that you can perform here. So yeah, we're really about that.
No, that was a
So,
COVID
check
cough.
us out.
That was a COVID cough.
Clearly a COVID. No, that was that Omarion variant cough, honey. Icebox
COVID
where
cough.
his smoke used to be.
Yeah, you see when he went viral for doing that dance?
I fuck with Mamoria, my guy, man.
Hey.
Came out of the lane.
Yes.
Is the kick out the lane going down? They coming down? In the pause? Yeah, definitely. Where are y'all located? So everybody can know where to go if they want to show up.
Different
Well,
venues.
We do have different events and different venues for things.
Mhm.
Keep it on the down low, so make sure you follow our page.
Follow us. You got to hit us up, and then we will give you the location, but it's local.
Okay.
It's right in town. It's not
I like
far,
that.
which is
I
a
like
big
that.
deal
Yeah,
to us as
I like
well, that it is local and it's in town. And like I said, it's free to enter. We just ask that you support the vendors because, that's another big thing that we're about.
Yeah.
See, come and set up a table. Come
Yeah.
through. Like, that's what I'm
We
talking
got
about.
you,
Everybody,
We got a pod. You're doing something tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was telling you. We're doing something tomorrow.
We're shooting a pod tomorrow, but next Thursday we're gonna show up. I'm popping.
Absolutely.
Your pod end tomorrow because it doesn't start till 7.
We'll probably be done by 7. I'll probably.
Yeah, it's 7 to
I'll probably come
11,
through.
and it's a nice vibe. We got some good artists coming from Willingboro tomorrow. The Peacekeepers are coming
Okay,
through.
I'll probably come on myself, or I'll find somebody to come with.
It's real chill. So like
no problem with that.
it's super chill, and we got these platters be super good.
Okay.
Okay, everybody local who do everything for that. Like I said, we got these the Willingboro artists coming tomorrow, and we switch up genres, so we do different things. We're always looking for artists. Like we want to do a fashion show. Like we want to do all kind of different things. Or people who play instruments, definitely welcome. So if you know people who play instruments, swing them our way.
Start having some bonfires.
Bonfires coming up. Yes.
Just get some mushrooms involved.
We would love to. We've done that. We've had some trippy parties.
Let me know about the tree party. I want some mushroom juice.
Oh yeah, we put them on pizzas. We had teas. We had
give me the tea. I
chocolate,
want the tea.
everything. Like
Because I wanna look into that third eye.
yes, you want to activate. You want to fully activate.
But we was doing this wrong. We was eating off peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
That's
not the wrong way.
It's not the wrong way.
It's about the amount. To me, I feel like
yes, it's always
you
about the
gotta.
amount, and I also think that everyone
I was
digests it
microdosing.
differently.
Yes.
It fucks my stomach up.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
I'm taking mushrooms,
Yeah.
it's not the best thing for my
After,
stomach, so I have to like
It
soak it
is?
in some like lemon juice.
Yeah, she's the
or,
soaks it. Yeah,
soak it in like
because it is a rough
tequila or
rough
something.
getting
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
rough getting
It
down.
helps it like break down.
Yeah.
Because it is.
But
it
I
is
just feel
poisonous.
like some
I
people
don't
can
know if y'all
microdose,
realize,
but
like,
some people just need to hit
Yeah.
a A for
I'm into that. I want to see how that trip is.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
see.
Mushrooms, I've done acid.
Oh,
This one time though, I want to see that crazy side real quick and
Ecstasy,
never probably do it again.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Acid
acid.
is-
Done mushroom,
But
shrooms,
it's
and
the
acid at the
best.
same
But
time.
it's the
How was
best.
acid?
A soul changing. Like you're out of
Why
body.
not?
I didn't
Out of
feel that
body.
way. I must have had some weak shit.
That is
Yes, that is a thing.
a
That
lot
is
of
the
acid
thing.
out here is
Yeah, you have to
But
really
I do
find
think that
something
every time
good.
I've tripped off of acid, I've come out of that situation a different.
Changed.
I see.
Not the
What
same.
is tripping? Because I've
So
been
you
in
say
the
you
house.
microdose, and that's
See, that's different. That's why I said you got to hit that whole eighth. You got to swallow the no with shrooms. He was saying he like
I
microdose.
almost
You got
did
to
one
swallow
night.
the eighth. Nah,
I
that's
almost
not a
did one night. I'ma tell you
trip.
what happened.
That microdosing is just when you want to like
I blizzarded
float
it.
and feel a little
I let it
bit
soak in the
weight.
milk.
Okay, yeah,
You
I know
want to
what
take
you're
a trip?
I took it outside and somebody knocked my cup over. Like
Matter of fact,
that much into it.
I know you're talking about that little feeling. That's what I felt when I was doing it with him. It was like a little. I felt
floaty,
something, but it was
a
like
little bit. You see a little vibration in it, but it ain't nothing really
So
popping
that's
out.
what I like.
That's
Yeah.
cute. But
But
if
I
you
also
want to have an experience,
have never
I want the
had
experience.
strong of a thing, and I've never taken
Yeah.
an eighth to myself. I always, and mind
Yeah.
you, like I like shrooms. Like I tell everyone, if you want to have a good time, take an eighth.
yeah,
I'm
take it.
just kind of a punk when it comes to it because I just don't like how it makes my stomach feel. So like I
Yeah.
already have it in my head, like it's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
Scary.
No, it's not.
But I am scared, a little scared. Just
No,
a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I'm-
shrooms are handled.
But
You can handle it.
I
It's,
think
Okay.
that I just prefer acid.
yeah, it's just
I
a
think it's
more.
different. It's like
It get right to the point. Like
No.
there's no.
this is how my scenario, like shrooms are like earthy, like you be like grounded, like
Yes.
it's more like on here where acid, like you're ascending, like you are in the universe.
You're exiting your physical, and you are entering into like the dimension where you don't have no body, and like you almost like it's always this feeling of finding out that the shit you think matter don't fucking matter.
Wow, that's fucking nuts.
I'm telling you, I come back like
That's scary at the same time. That's scary at the same time, though.
But it is scary. But if you ready for it, you are everything and nothing. Like what the fuck? And we worried about this stupid mundane things that do not really matter. Like we are here to experience. We are here to just love and be really like we all of this like other things we've placed upon ourselves.
This being born and being on earth is a blessing itself.
It might just not.
Thank you, and it teaches you that like you really just find perspective in a very deep way. But you do have to be ready. I tell people that all the time. Like if you have to be in a space to be ready, like it's not. It can be scary, like, and I don't know. It's not for you, and I always say that to people. It's not for everybody, and you need to be ready because that's one of the things.
I'm ready. I've tried it.
You talking about real acid?
Yeah, I tried some weak shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, it definitely depends on.
I haven't been able to find any good stuff.
Yeah, because you got to really have a good person, and you got to know that it's done right. Because people be experimenting. I don't know.
But I'm sorry.
No, I apologize. But I don't take them often.
Yeah, you can't. You can't really. You can't. It's like you don't even feel it if you take it too often.
I want to literally like go into a new chapter.
Yeah.
Of life. So
that's what I'm. That's what I want to. That's what I kind of want to do.
And I think that like the first time you try it, it's just like you're trying it. And I think the second time maybe you could just like do that too. But I feel like after you know how it feels, you really don't need to do it.
Yeah,
that's the kind of person I am. I can try something.
You might do it once every couple years.
I think microdosing of shrooms is a great way to unlock some things. I haven't gotten that part of my life yet.
So if you want to flat coast through your day and be able to like be a little bit more chill and not super stressed about just your day-to-day thing, microdosing to me is for like that. That's microdosing is like when you need to just study and level out like continually throughout the day. Like it's like for people who maybe their normal day-to-day tasks are taxing or something,
Yeah.
But for me, when it comes to drugs, it's really all about experience. It's all about being changed, having that moment. And
see, I want to say that I could agree but I don't think my high made me like leave my body.
Yeah.
But the same things you're talking about, I remember who I was, let's just say in 2014. I remember who I was in 2016. I am nothing like that person.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, always changing.
Yeah, you're
constantly.
Yeah, you're right.
You should be.
When I started, I say my black journey. I say it that way. My black journey, me becoming a black man. You get what I'm saying? Like understanding and learning from things and looking up and researching things and getting knowledge on certain things. It made me understand that you need drugs sometimes to go back to that original, reality. You're not gonna get all the way there, but it give you a glimpse. That's why I started with the shrooms, and I looked it up, and they said microdosing. Plus, like I said, like she said, I'm a little scared to unlock it all the way because I'm gonna do it alone. I don't want my girl to know about it. I'm not embarrassed of it or anything, but still at the same
personal.
time.
It's personal.
Yeah, I don't want
it's
nobody
personal.
to have nobody feel like they judging me or nothing. Every time I've done it, I sent her out. She found out eventually, but
not I sent her out.
He like off his shoes.
Push you upside down.
The acid I've done it might not have been it couldn't have been that strong.
Yeah.
Literally, it had me on my couch. I had a different speaker that had lights.
Definitely.
All I did was turn it on and turn it on.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I had the air conditioner on.
And we're all,
it was
definitely all about that. Sensory,
and I had on the TV, like, how you watch people play video games?
Yeah.
Like Twitch.
And it kind of looks like you.
It looks, and I told people I was upside down.
I watched the roller coaster thing before.
I was upside down watching TV.
Told me he was upside down watching TV
on my couch, feet up in the air.
I said, this nigga
not up in the air like that.
I mean, we're not drug addicts, but we have tried some shit.
Right, correct. Yeah, that's clear.
I tried the Molly. I tried ecstasy.
Yes.
And it was cool. You know what I mean?
I've done about things, and not even just black people. I could say white people too, who get a certain amount of money and they try a certain amount of drug to get a realization.
Yeah.
When you start watching and seeing how many people have done this.
Yes.
It can't be just bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody tells me, how the government says, this ain't staged. you see a lot of successful people have done DMT,
Yes.
and I can't wait till I'm successful enough to do it myself.
Yeah, DMT is that real trippy shit.
Yes, yeah. But I believe that basically we as humans, there was a time that we could access these type of highs and these type of feelings naturally. I think that they're like, it's like, this whole like sleep mode, theory or whatever, where they say like, we're like sleep or our bodies are like, there's things that are not unlocked or whatever. Yeah. I believe that's true. I do believe there's certain blockages up. I think the drugs are tools. I think they're tools that would help to unlock something, but that thing that's unlocked or with that high feeling, whatever, that's still something that we're doing. Our body has something to do with that as well. And I think like if we were really like in alignment, like we would be able to access that feeling without the use of the drugs. I think that it's just an unlocking thing. And every time that when I do have those experiences, I always try to think of how I could bring it with me. I always feel like I want to bring this feeling over with me. And it never can happen. And that is like where the mystery is to me, like of what is about in our relation to these things that creates this thing, and how can we access that like naturally?
Because there's been research done on people under drug influences, and show more hits in the brain than when you're not.
Of course, yes.
So it's unlocking something, like you said, inside of us. It's just I don't think we're able to handle it because it's been locked for so long.
Yeah, that DMT thing, like you were saying, like people have said they've seen colors that they've never seen before.
So DMT is like it's what's let off in your brain when you're born and when you die.
Yes.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Like, it's
don't you drink it though? Like you have like
I think it's different ways, but it's a little different.
What's that other drug where you need like a
ayahuasca?
You need. I always say that wrong. Shaman,
yes.
Because you will freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm watching Joe Rogan, right? So this guy, Joe Rogan, I'm talking about the white guy. Say he was. You know the episode I was talking about? When I watched that episode, I'm like, yo, I kind of want to try it. But I might need 2 shamans. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's a really nice resort that's
it's in Costa Rica.
Yes, I want to go. 2022, I feel like it's the perfect year to like.
And see, when you drink it, he's like, he didn't feel it at first until he said he opened his mouth and everything just came.
Inside of him.
Like,
oh my goodness!
Some weird shit.
Yes.
Yes. Said, okay, now I feel the shit.
Yeah.
And it's like he was telling stories where this girl was freaking out for hours. They had to like tie her down.
See, in my brain, and
I don't like that. The only thing they do make you do it in groups.
Yeah, do.
But in my brain, I feel like nobody freaks out. It's just what they unlock.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's too much for me.
It's way too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
But then you said after, because I guess you were there for like a week or so.
Yeah, they get you ready.
So you said after the 3rd or 4th time, you're just like mellow. You're listening to music. You're chilling. It's the first trip or the second one that's probably the bad.
It scares people when people are introduced to something that they've never experienced before. It's scary to them.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't deal with this spirit shit
up. If
often.
your mouth was just going over your head constantly, I'm looking at you.
See,
I don't know what the fuck.
I feel like that. Like people say like hallucinating, and I think that's their minds are playing tricks on them.
Yeah.
Because I see stuff more vividly. I see things more like
everything has a pulse. Everything has a pulse.
Yeah.
Everything has a pulse. Everything's alive.
Now sometimes when I'm moving and I'm like looking out the window, I might see some shit that I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks like a person over there, and it might not have been. But it wasn't like, like
these crazy type of things, which I'm not gonna say doesn't happen for people, but that has not been my experience. I mean, like I said, the trippiest thing that I've probably seen was, like I said, I felt like I saw the 0s and 1s type things of everything. Like when I was looking around outside the window, like I felt like I could see the coding of the world or some shit. Like that was shit. But I might have just been like really into Matrix at that time. Like whatever. But that was really trippy. But I've never seen, I've never had that kind of. But I believe that you need to be in a certain space before you do indulge in these things. I would never like get high if I'm not in a good place emotionally, because I do think that can contribute to some bad motherfucking trips and like that.
I don't know. It's like the thought of getting high, it makes me feel better. Like I could be mad.
This guy excited right here. I want to try it.
Is rolled. I'm like, all right.
Weed is the only thing that you could do in any mood.
Yeah.
But
when I was on that edible,
drinking sometimes. Some people like with drinking, like, no, this person just can't get drunk. Like, it's something to just do something to them.
But usually I can calm myself down when I feel like I'm too high, because that's how I felt when the ambulance passed me. I was just behind them, and I was doing like 40 miles per hour. Now I'm tripping on the highway. Now. I'm tripping. I'm looking. Some reason the highways got smaller or large. I'm looking like, where am I?
Okay.
So I do like, yo, I have to tell myself, just follow the lines.
Yes, that's right.
Just breathe. You're high.
Yes.
And when I talked myself down and started to breathe, I made it. You know what I mean?
Breathing is key.
I was like, yo, just because I started to trip out, I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Yes.
This highway is getting bigger.
You get that antsy feeling.
What's going on?
You get that antsy feeling, and then the air starts.
It's like how remember how SpongeBob and Patrick went to Sandy's home?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
What kind of place is this? That's how I fucking felt. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But I was like,
Oogled.
but I was like, yo, calm the
mind-boggled.
fuck down. You're high.
Yeah.
And I
That's
made it. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Definitely.
I want to get the pod started.
Yeah, we talked a lot about getting high. This is one of our segments here. It's called High Thoughts
Okay.
by AC.
There's some thoughts that I have when I'm high. Is it possible to slam a revolving door?
Absolutely not. You're only going to hit yourself in the ass.
Oh.
What is a revolving door?
Is it the circular ones that you have? Some of them even be having like that thing that kind of keeps it from going too fast. So I don't think you can slam it.
Some of
You know, a little.
Like
they slowed it down now. It's not like how it used to be back in the day.
You can swing them faster.
So now I'm mad. I'm like, yo, can you this shit hurry the fuck up? Because now it's slow as hell going
Right.
around. Like, shit.
Walking in the line pushing that.
How did the person who invented calendars know what day it was?
By the stars.
Some record.
Yeah.
How many?
They have a check and tally mark somewhere.
He was doing
Stone
something.
boards with some tallies.
Who came up with the months?
But, doesn't it literally just...
In the days.
But time is definitely a construct. Like it's definitely not real.
That part.
Like
Yeah, they was talking about
even to this day, like say all this different shit.
Yo,
It's very
matter of fact,
controlled.
Kanye West was saying something like that on James Trent before he got caught up by
the
Nori.
biggest scam yet.
He was saying
time.
something about the time, like, you know what I mean? That 20, everybody got the same 24 hours. What he says is bullshit.
Oh, and Cat Williams said something too. Like they told you, they give us 24, so you can give them 12. Like time isn't real. They constituted it just so that we can give them half of it. Like in a sense, like you know.
But I can understand time because it makes the world runs how it is now. You know what I mean?
If you go by the sun, then
That part.
then it's
It would change more the sun up to sundown.
But you realize, did you know that they're supposed to be really like 13 months in a year?
yeah,
And that's like the whole daylight saving stuff.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like the
Okay.
leap year.
Yeah, and then the leap year
They
thing.
pretty much cut out that month out of every year, so that every 4 years now we've gained that that day to add on. But I'm just like.
But I also heard it was for like when people like for farmers when it was grow crops and stuff like that. So I guess.
But they've been doing. I don't know. We've been doing that.
For how long?
For the beginning of time. I think there's something else that they can go off too. Like there were other ways that they were telling time before we came up with this like hour thing, right? There had to have been.
I think it's just comfortable for us now to like.
Oh, I think it's a scam. I think it's a scam. I think it's about production. I think it's about production. I think it's about work. A work day, a school day, at this day.
Because it's all about how to control people.
Yes,
so that time is like, you feel me? So that's the work hours. That's the 8 hours. That's your 12 hours.
Weekday, weekend. So that you now your whole life is based on this system.
Yeah.
And you give them whatever it is they require.
And you always hear entrepreneurs, people like Dame Dash or anybody else that's successful always say, fuck a job. Have a job, but it's like get out that system. Because
when your time becomes your own, I'm telling you, the amount of shit that you can get accomplished. Let me tell you, when I work a job and you have those days, the day feels so short, doesn't it? And so many days just pass and it's just the same thing, and you don't feel like nothing is getting done. You're not really progressing. One time, when I stopped working and really was like, okay, I'm gonna give this artist thing a real go, 100% time. I couldn't believe and especially if I woke up early, I couldn't believe the amount of stuff that I could accomplish by noon. working for myself, being able to have control of my time and say, I'm doing this when I'm doing this and this, because it's all about the decisions you make, what pays off for you as an artist or as anything, a business or whatever. It's about what you put in is what you get out of it. So if I'm working this job and I'm trying to come home and do me in the in-between time, you always end up giving them more than you give you, period. And if I'm giving you more than I give myself, then I'm never going to get where I need to go. But when I seen like the time open up, I was like, yo, this is why they don't want you to work for yourself.
Of course.
Because you're unlimited.
You're unlimited.
In your growth potential.
On that personally, when the pandemic hit, I did like most smart people, and I got on unemployment.
You should.
And when I say
the good life,
when you said the stuff you could do before 12,
that was the good life.
Wake up at 5. I was shooting other videos. I got so much merch and all that. I'm back working.
That's how I started.
Nigga hated that motherfucker.
I'm back working now, and
your day is cut in half. You feel like you only got this amount of time and then to do this amount of time and everything.
I do what I want to do.
No, you don't. It's not even about it. It's just about the time that you have to put. That's more. Time is worth more than anything. I don't care what nobody say. Money is definitely amazing, but time is something that what you give your time to is what you will be.
No limit on the money
you can get it back.
In your life.
Yes, you can bounce back.
Never get no time.
3 hours back.
And you ain't never gonna be this age, this place, this time again.
Never.
Say that.
Never gonna be here again.
That's one of my high moments.
No, that was one of my high moments. I know it.
And I have to write it down.
Was it?
You would never be this age again.
I'm high. Just calm down. Because I'm freaking out right now. You freaking me out.
I got one more.
Oh wait, can I bounce off that? Because my high moment was the very first picture of you is the oldest picture of you.
And it's the youngest.
Yeah, like the picture when you're your youngest is the oldest picture of you.
Wow.
By 31, you have a whole month full of birthdays added up.
Love it.
But my high moment, my other one is if you're like a junior or named after like one of your parents, like the son especially, like if you're named after your dad, your mom has moaned your name in the bedroom a couple times. That's the truth.
I mean, it's the truth.
Skeevy, baby.
We don't like to associate those type of behaviors.
Yeah. Junior.
No, she's not saying Junior. She's saying
the actual name, which is your name.
Imagine his name was Junior, though.
Okay. Oh, Junior.
And you're Junior.
Junior.
And you know your name, but your mom don't just call me. Just say hey.
Yeah, right. Can we just not?
Can we not?
Junior.
Definitely was an interesting last high moment.
That's some sick shit.
Did y'all see that King Richard movie about?
I did not see it yet.
I do love Will Smith. I love the Smith stuff.
What, did you see it?
Yes.
Is it amazing as it seems to be?
It was good.
Okay, I'm sensing a little something.
I've heard a lot of things, and I kind of agree with them until I realized and did my own looking that they already had movies about their lives out.
Oh, okay.
So, and they produced, like, they okayed a lot of the stuff for this movie, and they wanted it about their dad, so it makes sense. But that movie made me realize one thing.
What's that?
If you, like, say your kid has a talent, maybe not. Maybe you want them to do something and they don't know that they could be that good at it like they did.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sacrifice your life for that. If they're going to actually make it, you got to give up a lot of what you want to do for them. That's why it's not so many. Every parent ain't equipped.
But hold on. Do you think that say a parent do that? He's living his or her dream through their child?
Sometimes it's not living vicariously through them. I think that sometimes they see the potential.
If their dream is success, maybe. But it doesn't. I don't think it means it's specifically through that lens. I think we all
You can say him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
think
for another
he-
example,
they
Joe
think
Jackson.
he-
He wanted to make it. He wanted to be an artist.
And Matthew knows as well. Like same father.
And he beat. I mean, we don't know how extremely he was, but he beat those kids
I think
to
that's something
success.
different. But I think he was also a sociopath as
Look at
well.
Mike. He beat
But I
Mike to
think
greatness.
but I think he had issues as well, though, which
Yeah.
also brings something else into it. Like that person, how that person is mentally.
I'd rather have my son
right.
change his nose 13 times than work in the fucking warehouse. Sorry.
I don't know.
Okay.
That fucked up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Michael was fucked up.
I would be like, damn, nigga, took this 13
I mean,
13
come on,
times.
look what he had on him. Like with the things that were attached to his name at the end, they got bad.
We out of Indiana. We ain't in no steel mill. Listen.
But everything else, listen, he has the money. He has the
Not
money.
being the greatness, but I know what he did. He pushed
He
up.
probably did.
His way was crazy.
He
but
probably low-key did beat him the greatest. But listen, he did get the greatness. He did get the title. He did get the money. But literally everything else
was fucked up.
It was fucked up. Everything was fucked up.
Not everything. From sexuality to pedophilia to image
to your boys.
everything.
Your boys don't even love you. They had to get married to leave. To get out of to get away from you.
To get away from you. Definitely.
But so it's like I did all this for y'all to be great, but now where's the love? Who?
But that's why I said people be having a lot of other issues. But I mean, honestly, King Richard, that's a story that was different, because when I think about it, I think about stories like that, and I think about, like I said, the Matthew Knowles thing, where like it went good for a long time, but then that even like went left. Like clearly, there's other things in play.
Yeah, it's other ways to do it, because
these people got other stuff going on. I think that's attached to why they're not able to comfortably live. Because I think there are people who have these parents like Brandy and Ray J.
I'm about to say
they've been very successful. It's about the mental state of these people. These people don't be together. Not everybody is ready.
Yes, they might.
Thank you. That's the main thing. So let's talk about not everybody meant to be a parent.
Yeah, true.
That's a whole other thing.
So like, yes.
But can you say he's living through his kids though?
Some people they are.
King Richard, he did. He wrote their whole life. He said.
But I think so. It's his life too.
Kids.
But they also got
to do that with.
I'm sorry. He said he wrote their lives before they were
a
born.
75-page.
I never knew that.
75 pages.
But with that being said, he got real disciplined in himself and understood that he spoke something into the universe and he was going to make it.
He made it happen.
Exactly what happened.
He made it happen.
He did. He made it.
It was. I mean, he planned. He followed it through.
The thing I liked about him.
He did
when
that.
he seen how this white girl that was number one at a young age, how she crashed out and got found doing coke and all that shit, he pulled Venus out. She was the first one in. He pulled her out.
Pulled her out. She's not doing that. No.
Let's go to Disney World right now. We're going to Disney World. Took her out of training.
Took her to training.
Don't even worry about. She's not going to do it.
Be a kid. Be a kid. Let's go.
She didn't come back till she was 14.
Yeah.
And that's when she got famous.
It was like, yo.
So it seems like there was a balance to it. So that's what I'm talking about. And I believe if a person is prepared, has a great understanding of what they're doing, I'm not going to say it's about like living through it, but if you...
But that's so bad.
But the number one thing though, the child also wants to want to do it though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's he also want to be like.
It needs to be yes.
I want to do this, that. So that's the reason why
it's his life at that point too. It's both. It is a almost shared dream.
Yeah, but that's why Serena and Venus was so dominant, because they wanted to do it.
They had
the passion for it.
They had a passion for it. It wasn't forced.
Yes, they wanted.
So now you have my dad that's already know how to do this and giving me all this encouragement.
Absolutely.
And it's nothing
like having that kind of support. Like yes.
I gotta move it out the way. So.
Yes, absolutely. So all right, so we should watch it then.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you should watch it.
Okay, yeah, because I see it popped up. I definitely want to get into it. So we like Will Smith. So what do you guys think about the petition? I don't know if you've seen the petition that was put out to please stop interviewing Will and Jada.
I want to sign it.
The people are tired, apparently.
And I love Will. I love Jada.
I do think it's doing something weird for their brand. I'm not gonna say I'm not as exhausted as everyone else because I'm addicted to celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
But I do think it's doing something really weird for their brand. Like ever since the August Alsina thing, they've been really making really weird decisions.
Will is just such a class act. But I think
he's going through it.
But deep down inside, I think he's pissed off.
Oh, he is. Thank you.
He's hurt.
Thank you for saying
beyond
that.
hurt. He's a man at the end of the day. Think about it. As a man,
he's trying to do everything. What? And you got everybody thinking I'm sitting out here. And I'm sorry, we've seen August's sprint.
Meant to fucking Will.
We've seen August Alsina's sprint.
Will face because we know he's the best.
Well, I have.
No, I said we've seen his eyes.
The pictures are online, people.
Yeah. I said we see his eyes.
It is definitely. I think, and I think he's human. I think he's human because I think that it is a real thing. Like, he's been married. This is his wife. First of all, he was already playing second fiddle to Tupac, honey. Don't get me started with that. And then you got freaking August. The August Alsina thing was so messy for a couple like that who's supposed to be upheld in this, like, you know, black excellence type. Like, that was pretty messy.
We will never know. But you would think if Will had to ask, any man would ask, do you fuck this nigga? You fuck Tupac? And she was like, one of those days when she's like, yeah, I did.
Well, you.
I believe.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
That's already. I was like, yo,
it's already.
We don't know.
Right.
Tupac hit that.
Absolutely. There's no way that you could forge this type of connection post.
Some reason I might sound dumb. Niggas might
post-mortem. Post-mortem.
I really don't think he did.
I believe that he had a mad.
The feeling she has for him was
as sexual as she is. She can let August hit. You think she ain't let Tupac hit?
I'm sorry, but she
okay.
said that, like,
okay, all right. I gotta ask women here. Okay, listen.
Do you think this type of love? You're saying that this is a pure love that's so real. It don't transcend body. You think this is just a pure spiritual love that she has?
It has to be spiritual love.
It is, but it was physical as well.
Okay, say 40 years from now.
You think Tupac?
Are you still gonna think about some dick from 40 years from now?
Maybe.
Yes, if it changed my life, if it like resonated, yes. We never forget the ones who that's down the best. Hell nah.
This is black.
Hell nah.
Now you do. Sometimes you do be like, oh, damn, that bitch sucked the shit out my dick.
If it was, I don't know. Listen, I think it is beautiful. If they haven't, I think that's beautiful. But the way that
she's how she's moving,
she has connected to him in every form.
Okay,
physical, spiritual, and it's that kind of
you got it, my
experience
guts.
that makes you do the things that she's doing.
Got it, my guts, young man.
Post-mortem, she married. She don't care no matter what. Every year he's getting a post. Every year she's pulling out new letters every year.
That's what Will. Where
are these letters coming from? I didn't fuck.
After Will pushed,
after write a bitch a letter.
Right.
She got letters upon letters upon letters.
She gave some head.
After Will Smith pushed J-Lo's ex-husband off him, he was like, you know what? That's it. I'm tired of seeing these vlogs. I'm writing a book.
Yes, and he's grasping at anything to become a man again. He's like, I gotta take control of the situation.
You hear what he said?
No. He said so much.
He said he was having so much sex at one point.
Oh, yes, he did say that.
Every time he was coming, it made him gag.
He said he began to get sick, honey.
Yo, AC, I'm gonna say this
with
right
anybody.
now.
He said once he began to start to ejaculate, honey, he began to gag. He was gagged.
I would say,
and that's when the petition. That's why the people said they're tired.
It was like, okay.
They said,
like, you know what?
They said now this is involuntary.
He's lying. You know why he was gagging? Because he was fucking a dude.
Okay, I was gonna say because I was gonna get into that because, like I said, I am an expert in celebrity gossip.
They have an open relationship.
Dwayne Martin.
You're not understanding.
Dwayne Martin.
August Alsina.
Oh yes, they do have an open. They do. He's not mad because he's fucking her. He's mad because the world knows.
It's a rumor. We can't go over rumor.
Dwayne Martin. This is since the 90s. Dwayne Martin.
I only got pictures on vacation on a balcony.
He gave Dwayne Martin $4 million.
Like I said,
you giving any of your friends $4 million?
The nigga's money was in debt.
He wasn't dead. I have been addicted to celebrity gossip since I've been like 60 years old. Him and Dwayne Martin are like we're total babes and boos, and yes, and it was a whole mess.
You know what, bro? Because Will Smith did do a gay scene.
Listen, no,
back in the day,
another man.
When have you? If me and you go somewhere, right? We partners. If we go somewhere, they're gonna be either pictures of us outside somewhere, in a club somewhere, in a restaurant somewhere. There are only pictures of them on hotel balconies, bro.
Wow.
And this is
I didn't
for
know he
years
was
and
here.
years. This is for years and years and years and
Wow,
years.
best friends?
We're in the hotel
Oh, we're in the
balcony.
same balcony.
How?
You're over here. I'm over here.
We have the same balcony?
What's it?
All the time.
What's the coincidence?
On a regular basis.
Same balcony.
On a regular basis.
They never walking down the street.
On a regular basis for years.
And there's never no females in no
We're not
pictures.
doing this to Will.
Okay, listen, I love Will and I respect Will. All I'm saying is that they are losing it. They're losing it. They're
They're losing it.
They are
They are.
Actually, I don't think that they're losing anything.
They're losing it. They're losing
I
it.
think that they're gaining the spotlight.
Oh no, they're taking advantage of their situation.
People are highlighting shit that's been going on in their relationship the entire time. I think that they're on a very comfortable basis with where they're
Because I think they've been like this for a while.
They know exactly
That
what
shit.
the other person's doing.
They're branded this
No.
way. They said, but no matter, but they even said
equally comfortable with him dealing with men.
oh yes,
he is
she said that on Red Table Talk. She said, but no matter what, they'll be under the same roof. She said it's a huge roof. They might have their sides and areas, but they will always. So they have an understanding. She said they will always be under the same roof.
My last point to this is they are fostering such a healthy sexual life and community within their household because their kids are doing the same thing.
And both of the kids are gay.
Both of them are not even gay.
They're just
They just do it. They just
They're not
everything.
So like, yo,
They're not gay. Willow's been with men. I want to say she has a
maybe,
boyfriend.
but Jade,
Has fucked girls.
but I think he's gay now.
Jaden's
He's gay.
I believe they're
I
both
His body language,
Jaden would hit a
his
girl and a boy.
energy, he's
I
gay.
think he hits boys. I think he hits boys.
Not energy, but his whole body language. I'm sorry.
You haven't grown up in a household like that where you're allowed
Yes, to be anything.
That's
And you don't see limitation
limited. Put a
in
cap on
anything.
it. I'm sorry. Twist it.
It's perception,
Put a
though.
cap on the motherfucker.
proving that.
We're just saying that this is a result of upbringing that has no.
They're showing that it's okay to have open relationships. It's okay for this.
It's okay to be whatever you want, and it has
It
nothing
is.
to do with who you are. Nobody's
Also,
judging
good
you.
fucking morals.
But you go to a school where nobody has that. You go to a stores everywhere around you. They don't live by those rules. No, that's why I want to get into that. But that's why other kids act the way they act, and our kids act the way.
Say the home is like you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. I want my son to be a heterosexual.
Heterosexual.
I'm sorry, I'm a little drunk. You know what I'm talking about? So if I'm in this house,
you can't even say that anymore.
You can be whoever you want to be in here.
But they saying that at his
Like,
house
what the
and
fuck?
at school.
No,
They saying that at the
You
school
are a man, you are a girl. I'm
As
just
a
saying.
straight man.
When you
No.
as a straight man, that's what I'm talking about.
I could honestly say, beat me up if you want. I wouldn't want my son to be gay.
I don't even think we
No,
should.
but this what I'm saying. You talking about this household where
I'm just gonna speak.
it's just freely, just be who you are.
On a very.
What you talking about? Just live life.
Don't get me wrong. If I had a son,
He's 8 years old.
if I had a son,
What are you talking
he
about?
turned out to be gay, I would not love him. I'll treat him the same.
Yeah.
But as a heterosexual man, I would want my son to be
Thank you.
heterosexual.
That's.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's
fair to say.
that's
So I
fair.
don't think that's a preference of how you would like your kid to be.
Yeah.
You have every right to try to instill whatever you want to instill in your kid.
I wouldn't force anything on him.
Don't agree with how they are, as long as you're not going to sit here and be an asshole to them, disrespect them, or like disown them in any way.
My kid is my kid. And it's not my
prerogative.
feelings toward the world. This came from me,
Correct.
regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Whoever he
it's
becomes
love.
after that is cool.
Just-
But I'm saying like
real.
I ain't know. I don't.
I wouldn't
we
want my
don't
daughter to be
know.
no dyke. I mean, I wouldn't want my daughter to be gay.
Like I was saying,
You know what I'm saying?
rephrase what you
Same
just.
way, but if she
So that's why I'm like, let's just stay away
if
from
she
it all.
is,
And I was
Yeah, you're right.
I would
We
accept
are.
that.
that's very
You know what I'm saying?
People get way.
fine for you. I like to just say that anyone has the right to be whoever,
Girl, see, I got a business to
whoever
run.
it is that they want to be.
Yeah.
We live in a world
I mean, we
where
get it.
there's a lot of
Yes, be who you want to be.
No,
But you.
I'm sorry.
Let her
sorry.
finish.
I'm sorry.
Way
I apologize.
Too far in, no, absolutely, it's fine. But things have gotten way too far in just like the culture of people being able to identify or do whatever they want and be whoever they want to be. And I feel like you're doing a disservice to yourself by trying to be stuck in the norm, like conforming yourself. Not even like, whatever the case may be, but being stuck in the way of just thinking that this is what you would like someone to be. Like, we all grow up as individuals.
True.
Yes, you are from a certain person, but like we've seen time and time again that just because you're from somebody doesn't mean that you're like them. Like we can't put all of these labels.
I can
on people.
understand.
I don't believe that. people are getting younger and younger into it.
Yeah, I can understand now wanting an easy.
I want to say one thing. Is it okay for a 7-year-old or a 5-year-old to get exposed to something where they're not even ready to they don't even know themselves? That's what I'm talking about. You know,
that I agree with that. And my girlfriend used to like girls before. You know what I'm saying? Now she's been dealing with guys for a while. But I said the same thing to her. It's not that. Oh shit.
but I'll go through like, yo, we're all a little fucked up. Excuse us. But it's like, yo, dudes, little kids, little 5-year-old, 7-year-old, you know what I mean, have to be exposed to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They don't know who they are yet.
She thought I was gonna say something sexist, like, "Oh, it's okay for a boy to have sex early." I said, "Hell no." My son, I would not push sex on my son because it could fuck him up.
Yes, absolutely.
Pussy, that's what you're going to chase.
Absolutely.
For a long time. So it's not. Don't ever think that.
It just changes everything.
A girl can't have sex ever, but a boy can have sex at 11. I got my dick sucked the first time when I was 9 years old.
Too early.
And that's
too early.
And that's a whole nother thing.
And I with another kid. Don't get me wrong, but she saw something her parents did.
Exactly. It's still something happened to expose that. And what I'm saying, once that sexual part is unlocked, it doesn't change a child. A certain thing to the innocence is lost, and you don't know, they might start associating whatever. It starts some sort of unhealthy sexual association. Yeah. But going off of what y'all was saying, I think. I wanted to ask about when y'all were saying the whole thing about what your preference is, if you would want your son, to be heterosexual. So I feel like if this is coming from a place where you want first of all, I think every parent wants their child to have a good and great and happy life. Yeah. So I think in our society, I think that lifestyle is associated with hardship and bullying or just judgment and just not a lot of not fun things. So when I hear people say that, sometimes I do think it can come from a place of they just maybe are saying they just want the best, the most stress-free, a little bit different type of lifestyle.
Age is none of my fucking business. Boy or girl.
But I also, I think that
it matters.
I think it's just
kidding.
Like I said, I usually even stay away from all of this because it's just like it's just so much things that are associated with it. I think as a parent, though, when it comes to just what you want for your kid, like I do think how the parent responds and deals with that, it affects a lot on how that person's life is. Correct. Because you can see the difference. And some gay people who have that support system have like not even just like, oh, I'm tolerated, but like I'm supported by my parents. I'm loved and accepted. Yeah. Then people who
is a girl. She was on the pod. And we talked about this also, but she's not traditional. She don't like no labels because she said she herself busy. My cousin busy, but she's a female.
Busy, I'll fuck with you, but you are one of those letters. Sorry.
So I get it. It's not even that. It's just me personally. Just being honest. I can't chill around a gay guy. Not that it wouldn't be good company or they might not have good conversation.
Oh, you talking about yourself? I have done it. It could be around.
Maybe I gotta say more flamboyant.
Yeah, more flamboyant.
Okay.
I've been around gay people. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I know a gay guy that's cool, but he's not flamboyant. He's like him, but he chooses to deal with guys in his bedroom. And it'll be more because of the room. I have a gay cousin who's been on the pod, Jerobi. That's my cousin. Him and his sister been on here. But I said it to him. It's not that I wouldn't. If you needed a ride at 3 a.m, that I wouldn't give you the ride. It's just.
It's 3 a.m. You can give him a ride.
I can.
Nobody's outside.
But
unless it's summertime.
It just has nothing
I don't want that on my name.
What on your name?
Oh,
gay. Because I'm not.
It's not. It'll not be gay.
It will.
Gay. Because men joke. Everybody joke.
Okay.
Yo, I see AC. I see AC drop off. Such and such.
It's people
Nah, but
with gay on their name that probably ain't gay.
If they didn't know if you was, now if you dropped off
I think this is accessing a whole different
it's different when you drop off a no.
This is we're talking about something different. I feel like now you guys are getting into like the culture of I don't know if this is black men or this is you guys are you're accessing something that's different. This has to do with some sort of unwritten code of ethics or whatever behavior of men, maybe because. If that's this is your cousin you're speaking about, talking about to pick up, right? Yeah. Or you're just not the cousin. Yeah, just you're saying any gay person. Period. You would rather not be associated with them because if you when you see any man around a flamboyant gay man, you're assuming that there is some sort of sexual relation.
But I'm just one person.
You don't want to.
My thoughts.
You know that you think other people do.
Yeah,
and you don't want them doing that to you.
Yeah, I guess to be judged. In that sense.
Yeah. That is understandable, but it's just such.
I just don't believe that that's a truth that you need to be worried about because that's not that's not you.
Yeah.
Period.
That is true too.
Right. And what are we giving power to here?
I'm only saying
it's not giving power.
And I promise you it's not to be disrespectful, but you only feel that way with a little bit of certainty because you're insecure with your not your sexuality. You can be completely like heterosexual, but like how your manhood is going to be looked at.
Yeah.
And is ego. Nothing good.
Basically, that's all it is.
And what I say about giving power, I know you're not giving power to things, but what I say is that when we continue to behave in the confines of these labels or these preconceived things, we are giving it power. We're continuing it. And I know it's hard and I get it because it's real shit to like care a lot about what people think.
Both of y'all.
Yeah.
Say you was dealing with a guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been dealing with each other for a couple months. Everything's going good, right?
Yeah.
You get a call from one of your friends. She's seen him dropping off this gay guy.
This is like I'm the wrong person to ask because this is a very like realistic thing that like a lot of people that I have dated are like gay. Like I have found myself very attracted. Not like I'm gonna go out and get a gay boyfriend. Like they obviously at the time were whatever, and I don't know So, but I'm attracted to gay men. I think they're gorgeous and fine as hell. So I'm never surprised when somebody who I'm dealing with maybe have some little like tendency. It's like kind of a running joke between me and my friends that if I am attracted to him, he's probably gay. Like so, like but I get what you're saying on the whole of like yes, I think for most women it is completely devastating, heart wrenching, to be cheated on with a man. But like, but for once when now that I understand sexuality, yes, it's devastating to be cheated on, period. But like you dabbling in men is that's
the evil shit about that. He dabbling in men to come back to you. That's the evil shit.
I don't know if it's evil. It's just it's his sexuality.
To dabble around with
women. It's just like.
But at least he's using it.
I get that.
No, you're right.
Tell me. Hold on. How is that?
I'm just not gonna crucify people for their sexual desires. Everything ain't gotta be for you.
Maybe,
I'm not gonna crucify you because that's what you're into. Sex is. We put those different shit on it. Sex is sex.
I'll take evil out of there, right? Say this, right?
You could switch.
I have a question.
It don't matter.
I have a scenario for both of y'all, right? Your guy, your guy you've been living with for years. I mean, you have an apartment, whatever. He said, "Babe, I'm go out tonight. I'll be back later." Right?
Right.
He gets home. He gets in the shower. He said, "I'm surprised to hop in too." Right? And there's a condom in his ass.
You pull it out?
just hanging out of there.
Just hanging out.
And I said, "Hold on, babe. Can you just be what?" And it kind of pop out a little bit.
There was some semen inside.
So do you finish your shower?
No, I'm finishing my shower. What the?
Correct.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna pull it out first of all, and there's going to have to be a reaction because nobody's gonna allow anything to be pulled out of them without saying something. I'm sure he's gonna do that. He's gonna do a little number of a ooh.
There was a pucker going on.
There's gonna be a pucker puckering thing happening.
I forgot that was in there.
There'll be a puckering.
Chill the fuck out.
There'll be a puckering, and then he's gonna be like, "Well, babe, like this isn't what it looks like," and I'm gonna be like,
That
"You know
is
what?
fucking disgusting."
It actually is what it looks like. So just I'm gonna finish my shower, and then we have some things to discuss. So now at this moment, I need to make a decision of if I am comfortable, because probably before this, I
You're
have
freaking out. You are so calm right now. I respect you.
No,
I
honestly,
respect both of y'all.
at this point, this is probably
You put a condom in the man's
listen
ass?
to me. At this point, this is probably just a nail in the coffin, because there had to have signs. If I'm at the point to where I'm pulling condoms out ass, then I have probably seen some sort of pink flag, peach flag.
I mean, no
red
flag. You see
no, there's no way.
You
There's
see it.
no way you've seen no flags and somebody comes home with a condom in their ass.
A married woman.
There's no way, Jose.
Yeah.
And like all my friends are gay.
So
Yeah.
right.
That's not the point. But I personally would.
I would just need to decide if this is what I'm about to be a part of. Yes, it's gonna be a part.
Something that was completely left field.
If you're saying there was no thing.
I'm not devastated that my man is cheating on me with a man. Honestly, I would understand that more than, and this is
yes, more than a woman, because I don't have a dick. So there's something he could not get from me.
Correct.
There's something, I physically can't give him that he's going after. And honestly, and people don't want to talk about that, but I honestly prefer that shit over another. Not prefer him. I don't want. That sounds crazy. I don't mean like prefer.
That's a man. We refer to this like, yo, alright, say this.
The psychology behind it would be easier to accept, because I'm like, okay, well, I don't have a dick. There's things going on there. I don't have a hard body. I don't have. That's a fetish. That's a thing. That's something
I kind of want to agree.
I can't give you.
Because say your girl
got nothing to
cheated
do with me, baby.
with a dyke. But I want to say
y'all like to take on people's
another
shit.
woman.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Say your girl cheated with another woman.
That's the part.
It make a woman question everything.
So you're done.
But as a woman, you question everything. What is she getting?
Even with a woman, regardless of the sex?
Yes.
It's cheating.
If I'm not included, it's cheating.
It's cheating. It's horrible.
If you like women and I like women, bring a woman so we both can enjoy it.
The reason why,
selfish?
The reason why I can't go there with you is because I feel like any woman who is in a situation like that, there's signs before then. It's never gonna be like that. It's crazy if it's gonna be like how you're saying it's gonna be. That situation to me is impossible.
Pay attention.
It's impossible for somebody to be blindsided that much.
You don't see red flags.
There is something with that kind of. If he's getting pummeled regularly, there are signs, baby.
Regularly.
There's signs.
Jesus.
Like I said, maybe they not. Maybe not
regularly.
Yo,
pebbles out here.
Clearly, I've had some drink.
Somebody else, Bam Bam.
I knew this.
Did you notice that in the Flintstones they called Bam Bam? Both the babies was like sexual innuendos.
I can see it.
Bam Bam and Pebbles. Because if you Bam Bam some rocks, they're gonna turn into pebbles.
Oh my goodness.
Oh well, yeah. But listen,
we've arrived at Crazy Town.
I wish we could pile longer, but we'll have to wrap it up.
Clearly,
yeah.
This was great.
This is great, man.
This was amazing.
This was.
We haven't piled a long time. We would have been here for another 2.5 hours.
A little hiatus now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you.
We got energy. I didn't even get it.
Did we re-energize you?
Yeah,
you did.
You
ready and
this was great.
Put you back in.
See, pod now to us is therapeutic. Like
I can see that because I'm loving it. This was a great experience.
I had a whole other section for your. I can't even talk.
We'll just have to have a part 2 sometime. You're just gonna have to have us back. At some time in the future, we'll have a part 2.
Now, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that shit.
A lot of it is ego, and I'm just letting everybody know when you let go of your own thing and just realize that everyone else.
Take yourself out of it. It has things going on that have nothing to do with you, and that there's nothing that you could have done or did not do or anything. Sometimes people make decisions completely independent of you, and it's not a representation of who you are. It does not take away from who you are. You are not less than because something happened that you were involved. Like that, people do shit that is like totally not having to do with you.
And
we're all on our individual journey.
There's nothing that nobody can say, because that's been pretty much what you were saying has been a big topic of conversation between my friends and stuff, of just like how people perceive you.
Yeah.
Yes.
How people are looking at you.
Yes, and what people are thinking about you.
Like it could affect other things.
No, you're absolutely right.
If I get a gay,
No.
If I'm chilling with my gay cousin in a bar 3 nights in a week, people are going to talk about me. I do a podcast that might slow down guests. My girl might be like, "What's going on?"
I don't know. See, what's for you is going to be for you. First of all, and where you trying to go?
Just because
in this day and age, that
gay
better
man
not
don't
be.
got girls around him.
No.
So she might be coming from that aspect. Would you cheating?
That's no. That is that.
I think you're in a. You might. This might be real to your reality, but I think you have
Correct.
the ability to.
It's a limited reality that you are you're coming from because not everybody cares about.
Or you just gay.
Can I say something? Can I say something real honestly? You are women.
Okay. Yes, that's facts.
Correct.
And that's, I kind of get why y'all can say that.
Yeah.
But as a man living in society and knowing how shit.
And that's what you should talk more about, because that's what I said before. You got what you're referring to when it comes to especially this topic is the dynamic in which we don't have any knowledge base. This is, I feel like, a black man kind of, like I said, like unwritten laws of being like a black man, or maneuver. You're talking about like how to maneuver in being a black man and what your peers, i.e. other black men, how they're perceiving you. And I think you guys need to talk more about that, because it is very eye-opening. Like, I mean, yes, black women have our own other pressures and our own other thing as black women that we need to do when it comes to, the strong black woman stigma and just, being all things and being all woman. We have our own struggles that we deal with, but we are very supportive of one another. Yeah. And we do kind of like, I mean, they like the people say like the catty thing, but as far as like, when it comes to like sexuality and like, we're really here for it all. We don't have to feel limited in that. So we really, I
want to say though, we've opened our eyes a lot just throughout the years, and that's why I want to say it's a lot of unlearning before you get
definitely.
To this like
definitely,
y'all have.
It's a personal thing. The majority. But how do we get there? How do we get to the majority? One by one, everybody has to start.
I'm not gonna be the first gay name.
And I just want to say, when we're talking about progression, though, we have to talk about that real work.
I get it,
but that's the work.
And as a big black man,
that's the work.
That makes it stronger if you do it.
Listen, I totally get it. I'm not pinning you against the wall, but I'm just saying that revolution starts with one.
The crazy thing is, I know what y'all talking about. I agree with y'all. It's just I'm not going to be the guinea pig.
No, and I get you, and I respect that. I respect that, but I gotta say, I won't be me if I say
we have more gay people on our podcast than I think any other podcast.
The revolution, the revolution is one by one, and it's everybody making a decision and doing that work that we don't want to do to get it done.
It was a transvestite. I hear you talking in the background. Her, I don't know the pronoun, but we're not afraid. It's just. What we're saying is, as black men, we trying to let y'all know.
You don't want to be the example. You don't want to be the example, and I totally get that. But in order to get the majority, we got to get all individuals, and it takes the collection of people being brave enough to do that. And I know that's a big ask and a big thing. But like, we are never gonna get the majority doing a different thing if we are all one by one. I feel like it's easier to change the people you are around directly than it is the world. It's about who you can touch and who you interact with on a real basis, and those are the people that if you change them, because that's the people everything is affecting, is the regular everyday person. But I totally get it, because you human, and it's scary shit.
And let me say
it's scary shit.
Like I said, I agree with everything you're saying. It does need to change. There do have to be some people,
but it don't have to be you.
It's not just that. I lost what I was about to say,
but I can say this though: you're really light skinned, or you can talk.
Not really light skinned.
That's all we say.
Now we're talking about race.
Now we're into our colorism chapter.
Not as our black queens. I'm playing around. It's a joke that we say.
I love it though, but I know what you mean, and I do take it as a comment, because I know what you're trying to say, and I appreciate that.
I was about to say,
your intention is clear, and I know what you're saying. And
I'm not coming off. I'm not coming off an asshole. But I am.
I know what I was about to say. Yes. I know what I was about to say. I'm saying, you were saying how we do need people to, be the guinea pigs. My thing is, all right, I like I said, I agree. My only thing is, how many other people are agreeing with me?
More than you think.
We can't even.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's people doing it, but again, as the majority, we can't even stand up together.
It's never
On a wider
majority,
scale.
it's not a single person.
But I'm telling you, in every
That's what
city
I
and
feel
every
like you should
town,
start doing
there
it.
is the circle. There is people you will be surprised,
I mean,
and it's
just as
not
black
until
people, not even-
it's not until you really it's
Yeah.
not until you begin to do that work that you begin to attract. I'm telling you, how many people have we met? Let me tell you, how many people have we met? They come to our events. We tell everybody, just come, because we know it's more than an event. Like it is a family, it is a thing, and they'll be like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. This was so great. I should have just done it. Like you had, like there are people, and then you are amazed that you have this whole community of people that think like you, agree with you, are really ready to do it with you. Yes, it may not seem to be many because we're spread out in little pockets of the town and we are kept separate, but they're there. They're there, and it's more than you think. And when it comes to the whole thing of the sexuality thing, like that shit is like so.
Also,
It's 2022, like about to be like.
Clear this up and say this now. I'm not really pressed to hang out with gay people. I mean, honestly.
No, that's not a thing.
I don't have a lot of gay friends.
What we're
I
saying
don't.
is, you don't need to be pressed. You shouldn't feel the pressure of that you cannot hang out with your cousin on a regular basis.
Oh no, I would hang out
Because,
my thing
but you
was,
said after about 3 days, people are gonna start.
say something. I don't care though. I was just.
But that
saying.
shouldn't be a thing. What I'm saying is that shouldn't be a thing.
I don't appreciate the hypotheticals only because you're talking about real life situations
And
and you wouldn't act this way in that situation.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of null and void because it starts to put highlight on things that, like, in reality,
I just want to be clear. Like you can hang out with your cousin. Like
I'm gonna hang out.
no,
with
I know you
them.
can,
but you said
but
you don't care. That's my biggest thing. Like, regardless of you're worried about who else is doing the work or how many other people are out there, like it doesn't matter. Like you are on your own path. And I think that's where we get too caught up.
And once you do your path, what you got to understand is that once you do what you're supposed to do and you commit, the universe, you're gonna be okay. Things will work out. Like you're not gonna be shunned.
Before we started talking about it, that I knew a gay guy that I used to chill around with.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's not like he was cool. I met him through another friend, and he was cool. He was somebody I knew, cousin, and he was cool. I used to chill around him all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. I'm just hypotheticals coming around because we are doing the podcast.
It's cool for
and we need
absolutely.
content.
I personally.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hang out with my cousin. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks.
Because they do just make a little bit of an uncomfortable situation. I would never want anyone to feel excluded in any type of way. So, like, for you to say, like, even in.
But is it wrong to be like, I could chill with a guy that has on some jeans, a regular hoodie, probably a hat, then the guy that has on Daisy Dukes high pumps, you know what I mean, lipstick.
I just don't ever want to get in a position where it's like,
it's like, yo, is it wrong for me to be? I'd rather chill with that gay guy than that gay guy.
That's totally.
No, nothing is wrong. First of all, let's be clear. Nothing is wrong that people feel. What you feel is completely valid. So let's be clear there. That's not what I'm saying. I just never want to get in a position of, stigmatizing people or like cutting you, because you really cannot just limit yourself to with things in which you just haven't taken the time to even experience or even know. Like, people are people. I just really don't even. I think a lot of it, if you get to the root of why we're saying these things, it has nothing to do with like the person or whatever the case may be. It's things that
society.
Yes, things. Thank you. It's those things that surround it, things that we've been taught, and I'm just not here for that, because that same system is what oppresses my people.
Facts.
Like, so I just don't want to get in a position of nitpicking, because to me that shit's a distraction, from other things, and that's really
a company that was built. Listen, if a company that was like a gay company or something, I would do business with them.
I'm gonna wrap it up.
I would sell their products. I wouldn't turn down the money.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We do all business and good business with them.
This has been a gay. I mean, this has been a great.
Right. This is not what I thought it was going to be, you guys. This has been a very interesting and diverse
great pod. I love it.
Interesting pod.
Y'all can come back anytime.
We would love to.
Because I had a topic I want to bring up.
Please write it down, because
I'm sorry, but I might have to use it with my next guest. Is Russell Wilson a real good guy?
We'll have that conversation.
We're gonna have that
Oh, is he a piece
But
of shit
I have
at
some
home?
things that I want to come back and ask you guys.
Imagine he's beating the shit out of Sierra at home.
No, I don't think so.
Wilson.
Listen, don't even see. Now
It's
you're
really
trying to get
good
some.
dude.
You're trying to
It's
get some
really
other
good
stuff
dude.
started here,
You
so
want
we're not
to
even gonna
have
go
a
there.
bitch.
Another episode.
But we will be back.
I'm your host, AC Slater.
Love
I'm your boy,
you.
comedian Wats.
I want y'all to shout yourself out again.
Yes, okay, so we are the Black Canna Queens, Cara and Taylor. You can follow us _Blackcannabis on Instagram. If you want to follow her individually, it is Transcendent Tay.
Transcendent _tech.
And that'll be linked. And
We're
if you
gonna
want
have
to
all
follow
that
me,
shit
it's
at the
She
bottom.
_Hills. Yeah, definitely. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
This
Thank
has
you.
been like a great
Eye
experience.
opener.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Exactly. And we
Good
would love
vibe,
to come
man.
back
This is
and
good
have
therapy
more.
for me today. I needed this. yo. No
Yes,
lie.
very good. Love you.